Welcome to the Kindness Matters podcast, a show that celebrates the simple, powerful truth that kindness can change the world. Every week, I aim to shine a light on people and organizations making a positive difference in their communities, proving that compassion, empathy, and connection still thrive, even in challenging times. This podcast is about more than good stories, though. It's about real impact through heartfelt conversations, inspiring acts, and everyday examples of humanity. The Kindness Matters podcast invites listeners to rediscover the power of kindness as a force for healing, growth, and genuine connection. If the message of this show resonates with you, share it with your friends and family. Each share helps spread the light a little further, because when it comes to kindness, the ripple effect is limitless. I'm your host, Mike Rathbun. Let's get into the show right now.
We're different, but we're human first on the news.
Well, hello there and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on the Kindness Matters podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rathbun. I just want to take a second and acknowledge the fact that of all of the millions of podcasts out there, you chose this one to spend 30 minutes on, and I am grateful for that. Thank you so much. If you hear something in this podcast today that makes you feel a certain way, makes you feel upbeat or uplifted, or whatever the case may be, something positive, of course, please feel free to share it with your family, your friends, your coworkers, that guy on the street, whoever. Just go ahead and share this. I would appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart. I have such an amazing guest for you guys today. This show is going to be awesome. So today on the podcast, we're joined by Kelly Turner. And she's a gifted children's author and educator whose stories remind us that kindness, courage, and imagination can change the world. With over 14 years of classroom experience, Kelly has a rare talent for turning life lessons into heartwarming adventures that inspire empathy and creativity in young readers. Through her beloved works, including The Little Rainbow Who Lost Its Colors, Kelly helps children and the adults who love them rediscover the beauty of compassion and the power of storytelling to bring people together. Welcome to the show, Kelly. Thank you so much for being on today.
Yes, Mike, thank you so much for having me. It's truly an honor. I couldn't be more happier to be on to talk to you about kindness.
I'm so excited because I perused the book a little bit, and it's such a great book. And so, okay, first of all, for my listeners, if maybe they haven't had a chance to read it yet, they don't know about it, tell them what The Little Rainbow Who Lost Its Colors is about.
Sure, definitely, Mike. Okay, so The Little Rainbow Who Lost His Colors is about a little rainbow who, he starts out with a lot of colors. Colors are bright and beautiful, and he somehow loses his colors along the way because he's not very nice to some friends. So it's about how Little Rainbow's friends help him to get his colors back by doing kind acts of kindness to help him to get his colors back. So originally the book started, I actually switched it around. In the beginning, it was Little Rainbow was going to be doing acts of kindness for his friends. But then I swapped it around at the end and I said, oh, you know what? Let me have his friends be doing acts of kindness. So it's all about how his friends help him and, they encourage him and they help him to get his colors back. And sorry, I just told you the end of the book.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, and it's such a powerful message for kids. Is the book made for like youngsters, like pre-K?
Yeah, I would say first. So I'm a preschool teacher. So I would say probably from preschool to about maybe like first or second grade. Yes, correct.
Okay. I've got a grandson who is not quite preschool. He'll be 3 in November. So maybe this would make an excellent Christmas gift.
Oh, it would, and the coloring book along with it too.
That's right. You pack now. Do you sell it as a package deal, or are they sold separately?
I do, yes, on my website. I have it as like a package.
And we will have a link to that website in the show notes. So talk to us a little bit about how did being a teacher or preschool teacher, what made you become a children's author? What made you decide I'm having fun doing this, but I could have more fun or add fun by telling a story?
Yeah, definitely. So, like you mentioned, I've been teaching preschool for 14 years now. So, I'm big on reading. I love reading. Reading help children's minds to grow and to imagine. So, I read books every day to my kids, and I was thinking, oh, you know what? It would be cool if I could, instead of saying the author's name, now I would say, oh, Kelly Turner is the author. That I would be the author. I would be, I would read a. I'm sorry. I would write a book, and based on what I know, what I feel I know that children need to hear or what they enjoy. So the last couple of years I was really thinking about it, and then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it.
That's so great. Yeah, just pull the trigger and let's do this thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, what inspired the Little Rainbow? You told us a little bit about how your idea changed. What was the inspiration for that?
So actually, I had my best friend, and my best friend looked at the book, and I said, please tell me your honest opinion. What do you think? And she's like, it sounds great. She said, but what if? She said, I have to critique it, but what if you did it this way instead? And I was thinking, I said, oh, you know what? That sounds so much. It sounds better. I think it went better. So that's I was able to have my best friend help me. She critiqued it, and then then I swapped it around.
Yeah. And then so you okay, so you're teaching, you had this idea. I think this would be a great idea for my kids. My kids would like to read this. Probably went through your mind, right?
Yes.
Um and so how long did it take you to write the book?
That's a good question. I believe I started in December of 2023, and I put it on Amazon around in May of 2024.
Oh
But then
wow.
then I had to I found a few tiny mistakes. So then it had to get re-edited a few, like twice. So then in August was when the good copy came out.
So this is a brand new book.
Yes, correct. It is. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm so excited for you. I really love that for you. Um, so when you start a new story, what comes first for you? Characters, plot, the moral or the lesson, or the imagery?
So I think with me, with this book that I just, the Little Rainbow, I think it was the moral, the lesson went first, because I think once you get your lesson and whatever you want to write about, whether it's like friendship or like friendship, or I can't even think, friendship, or like say rainbows or traveling, whatever you want. You get your moral, your lesson. Say, oh, you know what? I think I want this book to talk about like bullying. So then you would base it off. Yeah, you would start there, and then you would get your characters going, and then your plot going. So I think it starts with the lesson, what you want your readers to get out of it, what you want them to learn, or to like what you want them to connect to, and then you
Yeah,
go off of everything else.
makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, I mean, did did you see a need to teach kids about kindness in your school?
Well, so I mean, of course, I think so, because I mean, I do like, so I'm a teacher, and I walk the halls, and I do hear things from children that aren't so nice. So more from like the older grades, but I'm like, I really think kids could hear more about kindness. I know there's so many books right now out about kindness, but what's some more? It's
Yeah,
kindness
you
is
can never have too many, right?
Exactly. So, and with my little ones, so they just like they're just filled with they're just so sweet. Like they're so innocent, they're pure. Like every all their actions they do is because they care, and it's just amazing. That's what inspired me to write my book. Actually, watching how my children interact with one another, it, how they're just so sweet and so kind and to each other without expecting anything back in
Yeah,
return.
for sure. Yeah, and I think a lot of kids are like that, but I think also sometimes kids they see what's modeled to them.
Oh yes, they are like sponges. They soak up and they absorb everything. So I have a co-teacher in my room, and like we do a lot of modeling and like role playing and stuff. So they can see it too. So definitely they absorb. They listen to everything. You think they're not listening, but they are there, and they're watching
They are.
everything.
Absolutely they are. Yeah, for sure. So when you look at your kids, I love how you call them your kids.
I'm
That's
like,
cool.
yeah, because they call me
Yeah.
mom. They're like, mom. I'm like, no, my name is Miss Turner. But yeah, I mean, you can call me mom. That's fine. I'm
For
your second
hours and
mom.
hours a day, they're your
Yes.
kids.
Hmm.
Um, so when you look at your kids, um, what kinds of challenges do you see kids facing today, emotionally or socially, that you hope your books can help with? I mean,
Yes,
obviously,
sir.
kind of, right?
Yes, kindness. So I mean, along the lines, I would say like I know there's sad, but there's a lot of bullying going on, and I mean, and it's I mean all ages actually. But so bullying, and I know some children may have like low self esteem, and like they might feel rejected. So like if if children are kind to each other, that can help with that can give them some confidence, and it'll give them some high self-esteem, and maybe it'll just make them feel good. Of course, if someone does something kind for you, or if they say something nice, it makes you feel good inside, and then you just want to reciprocate and give that back to someone else and show that kindness to somebody else.
Oh, for sure. Um, which that kind of begs the question then, are you working on other books? Because there are so many things you could write about, right?
I know. So actually, one of my students' siblings from like last year, she said, "Miss Turner, are you going to work on a second book? Because I think this is what you need to do." So she was giving me. She's older. She's like in third grade. So she was giving me some ideas. I said, "Wow. Well, thank you. I'm going to jot those down."
Yeah, for sure. I mean, are there plans to write a book about bullying or?
Yes, actually, you know what? There should be a I should be finishing up maybe next month with actually this month, next month. So it's actually like a little rainbow ABC I love me book.
Okay, so you're going to keep the main character, the little rainbow.
Yes, yeah. So
Nice.
I was thinking whether I want to switch, but I think I'm just maybe trying to make it into like a series.
Yeah, for sure. Those do really well, I think.
Yes,
Um,
and also I have a I'm in the works of having like a little stuffed animal too of the little rainbow coming out too.
oh, so do you have like somebody? And it always fascinates me with writing because have you ever did you find any help through like
Yes, I
Fiverr
did.
or whatever?
Through YouTube. Yes, actually, I found them through. Actually, no, I was just googling and I found a company that does specializes in like stuffed animals.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. How about for your first book? Where'd you find your illustrator? Because I love the pictures in the book.
Oh yeah, I love he's awesome. So I found it on Fiverr. I When I finished my book, I wasn't sure. Like I was like, okay, I don't know what are my next steps. So I was on YouTube a lot, and YouTube helped me to find onto Fiverr. So when I went on Fiverr, I searched, I found my editor and I found my illustrator, and I'm using this. I use the same two guys for my book coming up now too, because his illustration was like beautiful. I'm like, you just made the rainbow. It's just beautiful. I love all the pictures.
It really is perfect. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I've always thought about writing a children's book, but then I'm like, nobody wants to see stick figures because that's what it would be if I wrote a book.
Yeah, you have to be very
Here's,
talented
here's
to be able to draw.
Tommy. You can tell because he's got brown crayon here.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so did you get any feedback from other teachers or parents or anything
Sorry.
on the book?
Um, Yeah, so well from the I mean I have a few Amazon reviews on my Amazon page, but then actually from some teachers that I know, they say, this book is great. Oh, I forgot to mention in the story. So there's each time one of Little Rainbow's friends does like displays acts of kindness from, there's a kindness wand that is, there's a kindness wand that you blow into it, and it's supposed to blow kindness everywhere. So my the teachers that have been reading the book and they've given me feedback, they said we love it. We've made the kindness wands in our class ourselves. The children go around the room and they're blowing kindness to their friends. I said, oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Oh, that's so cool. So they're like reading the book and then taking a portion of the book and doing it in the classroom.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. Correct.
Nice. That's got to feel good.
Yes, it does. I said, oh, that melts my heart. It's beautiful, and that's actually what my kids do this year too. I read my book to my new class, and we have our kindness wands hanging up, and they go over there and they're just blowing. Miss Turner, here's some kindness for you. Oh, you're so beautiful. I said, oh my gosh, thank you. You guys are so sweet.
That's so
There's
cool.
there's a book called I think it's called for little it's called Have You Filled My Bucket, or a bucket, have you filled a bucket today, where it's like about random like kindness, like
Okay.
like you pretend somebody has a bucket, and it's like what can you do, what acts of kindness or what can you say to fill someone's bucket up. So I
Oh.
think that's a great idea. My students fill my buckets up every day. They compliment me. They're so sweet. I'm like, you guys are just, oh my gosh. I wish adults, everybody could just learn from you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Okay, so I think we already talked about. Okay, okay. So in your work in this book, you emphasize values like empathy and kindness and curiosity. What does kindness specifically mean to you in the context of children's literature?
So, I believe that kindness focuses on being considerate and generosity, excuse me, I'm sorry, generosity and being friendly, which encourages children to demonstrate kind behaviors to others, which in the long run can have a positive impact on other people.
For sure, for sure. Are there things that you wish you had known when you first started writing that you would tell your younger self now?
Oh yeah, I would say probably. I don't want to say when I was writing that I was like trying to like, I don't know, maybe I was trying to like have a race with myself, thinking that I had to do it within a certain time period. So my younger self, I would just say, slow down, take your time. It's not a race. When you finish your book, it's gonna be great. You don't have to. There's no like deadline that has to be um completed by. So I think I was putting like pressure on myself. So that's what I would tell my
Tell your
younger
younger
self.
self, relax.
Yes.
It'll be done.
Yeah,
You'll know
relax.
when it's
Yep.
done.
Yes, just go with the flow.
Yeah, I think that's like an artist because it is an art, right? And
Yes, it is.
and
Yes.
you're painting a picture and you're like, nope, not quite there yet.
Yeah, right. Oh, I have to
Nope, not
erase
quite
it.
yet. We need a little,
Mm-hmm. Try
as
again.
Bob Ross would say, we need a happy little tree right over here. Um,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. There's
No,
that
no, it's okay. No
golden
worries.
retriever brain again. Okay, what was your biggest hurdle or setback when you were publishing or promoting your books, and how did you solve it?
So So that first, I would say about the editing part. Like I know you when you write, of course, anything you have to, whether it's a resume, a book, whatever you're writing, an essay, you have to check, double check, triple check, and I did that, and I even after the editor did it, I still I double, triple checked, and I still saw it when it went out to pub. When I got the book back, I said, "Oh my goodness, I forgot a comma. I forgot a comma." And then actually, in the process, I had changed one of the characters' names, and then I didn't realize that when I sent it to Amazon that the name was So my first my first batch of books has the wrong name in it. So actually, I donated a lot of books to the my mom has this therapy dog, and she takes them to like cancer into the hospital to visit kids. So I donate a lot of the books there. And then I was like, "Oh mom," I said, "Oh my goodness, can you tell the kids that the book may have a few mistakes?" She said, "No, it's okay. I'm gonna, let's make a game of it and see, can you find the
Oh,
can you
nice.
find the mistakes?" So that's what I realized for my first book. The editing was like a big challenge for me. And also, I would say that, like, I mean, I'm a self-published author, so I was reaching out to publishing companies, and it's hard. I was reaching out, sending letters and stuff, and so I didn't get discouraged. I said, you know what, if it's meant to be, it will be. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep trying promoting my book. So I would just say I wouldn't get discouraged if your book doesn't sell, as long as the way you want it to sell, as long as it sells and it reaches a few people and the message touches people, then that makes me happy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. On the editing part, I always thought I was pretty good in English when I was in school and writing and
Hmm.
that kind of thing. And I had people tell me that I should write a novel, whatever. Um, but when I finally did write a book, and I think I found an editor on Fiverr as well,
Hmm.
and I sent it in, and she's like, I get it back with all the like circles around all the mistakes, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad. It's like
Yeah.
I thought I was really good at writing.
Whoops.
I know, right?
Maybe not. It's like you take a test in school and you get like all the teacher gives you, like, you get the red the red marks.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, even on Word documents, I'll be typing away and bup, 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 bup. Okay, for me it's like bup, 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 bup.
Hmm.
I don't do this. Um, but and it'll have like the two underlined things. And I'll go, what's that mean? And it's like, oh, you need a comma here. Oh,
Yes.
you
Oh my
put a
gosh.
comma here and you don't need a comma here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Thank goodness for Grammarly. Grammarly. Yes, because I use that
yes,
a lot.
yeah, for sure. Okay, final question, deep question. If you could reach every child in the world with one message, what would that message be?
I would say kindness is cool, kindness is free, and be that person to make a difference, make somebody smile. You never know whose day you could brighten up. It's the simple, simple, small things. You don't have to go out of your way. You can hold the door for someone, maybe buy someone a sandwich, give them a compliment, just something small. It'll make you feel good, but it'll make the person on the receiving end feel even better. So I would
For
just say,
sure.
be kind,
Yeah, and
make
that
it intentional.
I mean that can be every kid in the world can understand that.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, I thank you so much for coming on the show today, Kelly Turner. Again, your website, a link to the Amazon place where the book is being sold. Those will both be in the show notes. Once again, the name of the book is "The Little Rainbow Who Lost Its Colors." Fantastic book, perfect gift for Christmas this year. If you have young readers in the house, or if you have grandchildren, as some of us do, who may be reading soon, um, absolutely invest in it. And I
As well, can I
appreciate the
just mention
time.
sorry, it's in Spanish too. I have it in Spanish too.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. There you go. Spanish or English. You just widened your whole customer base. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for taking the time to be on the show today. I really do appreciate it, Kelly.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And I think you're doing a great job with your podcast talking about kindness, because the world definitely just can use more of it, and he can hear, we'll love to hear more of it. And your guests that come on, I'm sure they have heartwarming stories that just melt people's hearts. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. We will talk soon. Take care.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Kindness Matters podcast with my guest, Kelly Turner, author of The Little Rainbow Who Lost Its Colors. Fabulous book. Can't recommend it enough. It'll be great for any preschool or first grader in your house. Hope you check it out. You'll find a link in the show notes. And I hope this episode left you feeling a little easier, a little more hopeful about the state of the world that we all share. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to tell your friends, family, and coworkers about us. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for more uplifting content. It's free, and there's a link to the sign up in the show notes. You've been listening to the Kindness Matters podcast. We will be back again next week with a brand new episode, and we would be honored if you would join us again. Until then, remember, kindness matters, and so do you. I'm your host, Mike Rathbun. Have a fantastic week.